Hi, this is Lucy, and today I'm going to show you how to build this whimsical folk art house. For those of you who have been in the game as long as I have, you might recognise this because it is an ornament that you can find out in the world. There is one in a display case at the Whitesprings. I've always loved it and I've always wanted to build one. And then when we got the plasterform stars, I thought, you know what, I'm going to build that folk art house. You do not need catwalks for this build. If you want to double wall it, you will need a flamer trap or a way to destroy items in your camp to do the double walling on the top wall arches and the half walls. If this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned. So yeah, I mean, it's not the most practical of camps, but I just have always loved this little ornament. I'll show you a picture of it. This is in a display case near the theatre in Whitesprings. It's now part of the refuge, I believe. There is at least another one that I know of, which is in a house just down the road from the fire station in Charleston. I've always wanted to be able to pick one up and display it in my camp, but you can't. It does annoy me. So we have this double door. Now, because I did not want to ruin the line of the house, this is a fake one. As in, you can open it, but there's nothing behind it. I didn't lock it because so many people, like I, have the auto unlock card and you end up getting wanted and it's really annoying. The one thing I didn't realise was that it was opening inwards, which is a bit of a problem, so I'm probably going to switch it around. I placed this using a blueprint. I have a video on how to create the blueprint. It's really easy. You do not need any special equipment to make it. Take your time with it, because once you've made it, then obviously you can have a perfect double door whenever you want. There is a follow-up video on how to build around them, and I'll post that, even though I haven't done this, just for completion's sake. If you don't know where we are in the world, we are in the forest. We are down just past Alpine River cabins. I tend to refer to this place as the meadow. There is always an animal spawn. Today we have foxes, who are very cute. Occasionally my turret will get a bit over-enthusiastic, especially it gets very upset with the deer. It used to kill murder cats as well, but it hasn't done that for a while. So we have this fireplace that goes all the way up the top. I do have a little area out here, and because my bedroom is on the second floor or third floor if you're in America, we don't have the first floor as the one above the ground floor if you're in the UK. I have this hammock and my ukulele. It's just that if I'm in a rush and I want to get well rested, I don't have to run up the stairs. I have put my workbenches on the outside. And the main entrance to the camp is actually at the back. I actually have the steps up here because it seems logical, even because the path is here. Although the spawn points, if you've seen my latest video on spawn point, oh no, that was just so much work and so futile. My red spawn point, where I land, where I fast travel, is around here. Other players land at the green spawn point, which is here. Even friend number 2. You know who you are. This is my stash box. I used it as sort of a post box, I guess. Because it's a folk art house, I have tried to do very traditional, very handcrafted look in all of the rooms. So this is the kitchen. I have merged this stone oven in. basically I placed that and flamer trapped it, and then I was able to snap the kitchen counters around. I mean, I think I placed them to get sort of the positioning, so, and then left, you know, one or two on the ends to do the snapping with. The ones on the inside here, I didn't put those in because you could see them in the stone oven. It looked a bit odd. Max is in full purr today. On the first floor, or the second floor if you're in America, this is the sitting room. I have these. Do you know what? I have never seen him use this scratching post. I don't know if it's because I keep putting them up against a wall. I don't know. This is a reading nook. We have Audrey's book on a table here. Display case with some sort of folk art decorations. This is the rug that I got from an NEK at Mile Point Zero, the caravan quests. I have put fires in every fireplace all the way up. I have used stair frames because you can't fall down them, and if you have a house that's this tall, then someone's going to fall down and die because they don't have appropriate armour or bird bones or power armour or whatever. I have some of these little houses about, sort of folk arty. The next level is the bedroom. Put some hats out. The sea captain's hat, you used to be able to get that from Berkeley Springs, and there is one there, but you don't seem to be able to pick it up anymore. For me, Adelaide, the robot companion, she sells that, so I've been able to get a few more. The cowboy hat, I think this is the one that you get, is just lying around in the world. The place where it always spawns is if you go to Lady Janet's soft serve, walk across here and then walk up here, around here somewhere. There is a Mad Hatter's Tea Party and there are quite a few hats there. I have my goat. I wanted to make it look like a handmade home, I guess. This picture frame is the only one I know that will actually show the picture in. If you ever go down in the Burrows, there's that Home Sweet Home or sort of folk arty blackboard picture. I found a picture frame with that in once, and I was so excited because I've always liked it, and I displayed it in my camp and it was blank. So yeah, I must admit this game never fails to disappoint. So we have one more story, and I thought I didn't want to put the bedroom all the way at the top, so I've actually turned this into the bathroom boudoir. You can have a bath and then sort of, you know, lay on your chaise longue and dry off. I had to put wall lights up here. The reason is that you cannot hang a light from the ceiling because it tells you it's outside of the build zone. The middle point in a roof is half a wall high. Plus the foundation would mean that it's beyond the 5 stories that you're allowed by placing your camp widget on the ground. Budget wise, I've probably used about 65% of my budget, so if you want more clutter, you can have space for more clutter. I don't know if I'm going to keep this camp. It was just a personal passion project, I guess. It's not the most useful camp. But you know, I just like to be whimsical sometimes. It makes the game fun, or it makes building more fun for me. And as I said, I have always liked this in-game ornament. It's not complicated to build. The one piece of advice I will give you is if you want curtains over these stair frames, they won't go. So build some stair frames outside. Put floors all the way across. Put your curtains on before you put these ones in, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit of a faff. But I'll show you as we do it if you like. So anyway, let's get on with the build. So it's always worth testing whether or not you can get your foundations down. I use stone foundations. I'm going to use a line pattern to make sure they're all going in the same direction. This area is a bit lumpy, so you will probably need your foundations a little bit higher than you normally would. Basically it's 2 by 2 and then a foundation all the way around, so like so. Now we will be lifting these in a sec, but I always do this because if you do anything complicated and then you can't build your foundations around, it's sort of a big waste of time. They could probably go a little bit lower in places, but you've got to sort of adjust for these hillocky lumps. And it gives you a sort of idea about where you want to place. Sorry, dead scorched. Where you want to place your blueprint for the double doors. This is the blueprint. Now, this is the way round that I had it. However, that meant, let's just check. Yeah, the door handle is on the left. Those doors will open inwards. So I need to either make another blueprint with the doors opening the other way, or what I'm going to try and do is turn the blueprint around. Hopefully this will work. What could go wrong? Move it forward just a little bit. Like so. Going to remove the walls. Just convert any doorway to a plain wall. You can remove the wall and you have a floating door. Right, let's see if this worked. Going to change them to the red ones. That's the in-game red, which is what I used. Now, hopefully, these will open outwards. Yay! So that worked. Except we now have to rebuild our foundations around this door. We can get rid of that one, and we can get rid of that one. So what we're going to do is basically line up a foundation so that this edge is in the middle. And we want a bit of a gap at the back so that we can get a double wall on. With wallpaper. So you can test this out. For builds like this, I mostly use the barn set. And we can try. Yep, that's pretty much perfect depth-wise. Is it in the middle? Yes, pretty much. So we want one here and one here, and that is going to be, so we're going to have to move these down. That one's in the way. I was a bit off on my placement, but it should be fine, hopefully. What can go wrong? And then just place your black ones or whatever you're using around the outside. So that is the basic foundation with the door placement. Going to use barn walls for pretty much all of this. Now the front, or the back technically, is optional. You can just use these plain full walls. I put half walls in there so I could put those little windows in. They weren't on the original ornament, but I just felt they added a little something, and they added some light to the downstairs because we were a bit short on windows. So it's going to be 4 stories tall, so just add 4 like so, all the way around. I'll do the back separately in a minute. And then just go around and double wall, obviously starting at the bottom. The ones above will then just snap on. You don't have to double wall this camp, it is completely up to you. I was just trying to replicate the effect on the ornament. So you should have something that looks like that. To do the windows here, add 4 half walls. You need a flamer trap or a friend in PvP to destroy them. I always wire mine up so I don't have to come out of build camera mode, but you don't have to. I only got 3 scorched a minute ago, so I'm a bit worried there's another one somewhere. I'm going to put the flamer trap on a stash box, just a regular stash box. And this means it will break both of these at the same time. Then we're just going to double wall like so. I'm going to quickly go to my camp widget and repair the ones we destroyed, because then it means we can double wall above it. When using stair frames, I tend to put them on pretty much last because they are a bit of a pain. And if you get one stuck or it's in the wrong place, then you will find that you have to take out every wall touching it to be able to get it out. And also, you can't get double walls on afterwards, or you can't get some walls on afterwards if you put it in first. I'm going to double wall some top wall arches. Going to use the brick. The reason for this is it breaks in a unique way. When doing top wall arches, double walling them, you should always use the brick set. To destroy those, I'm just going to put a flat roof on temporarily. And then my flamer trap and generator. I've tried to put this in the middle so it will break both walls. Be aware though that the brick set is the toughest set in the game. Is that not? Ah. I vaguely remember this being a problem. It's decided that the wire, or the point of the wire, where the wire attaches to the flamer trap, is outside of the build zone. It doesn't tell you that, but that's what I figured out was. So I'm going to put these lower. I'm going to get a toilet, portable toilet, not the ceramic one. Going to place my flamer trap on it before I put it up there. Hopefully this will work. Because it's a bit lower. Yeah. It will unfortunately just destroy the walls underneath, but it did destroy the top wall arches. Right, try and do the other side from here. Have we got enough space? And we're doing one at a time apparently. It was being a pain with the location. I mean obviously you can put more roofs on, I'm just being lazy. I don't even think it's reaching actually. Here we go. You might, I don't know if we'll be alright. Let's have a check. See if we can get these other walls on. You only need the first wall to be brick, so I'm going to use a barn wall for the outside. Come on. Come here. We can take these roofs off and go to our camp widget and repair all. Right, I'm going to put the stair frames in before I put the roof on because it's just easier to see. I mean, you don't have to use them. You could use some. I really wish they've got this from Pricket's Fort, but I really wish they'd given us something that just fit perfectly in a one tile so that we could have this dogleg staircase. It's a bit of a bugbear of mine. Trying to work out. Right, I used the first one. This one, and I use the Pine Barrens one, which is the one I usually use, but obviously you can use whatever you want. Put that in. Add some upper floors. add another one on top, making sure it's going in the same direction. You don't have to use the base floors, you can use some of the patterns, the skins for them, but I actually quite like the base floors, so the upper floors anyway. Come on. Because these are legal, if you put one of these in the wrong place, you can just take it off and replace it. I usually put mine in this direction so that the grain of the wood matches. Right, that is the last one. So we need to add some roofs. I used this roof. Now this roof can be a bit fiddly, but it did work for this. It just went straight on. The other thing I did, now I've had a problem with this in the past, so I don't know if I fluked it or not, and it won't ever work again, which is kind of the sort of thing that happens to me. I've had problems getting these on double walls, and it's just working perfectly. So put your fireplaces in. I don't know if it's because there's a foundation behind it or because there's no wallpaper. I don't know. It just works. Put your chimney on. And then all we need to do is go around and change all of these walls up. Basically, this was the doorway. I used I think I'll just start with the window because that'll make it easier to identify. I used the Haunted set for the windows, so all of these front and back are windows apart from the half walls. We'll get to that in a sec. You can make it a haunted door. I can't actually remember if I did or not. Don't forget, obviously you need to do the inside as well because it is double walled. Well, that's if you've double walled it. Can be a bit tedious. These are also double windows all the way up. The sides are all plain apart from the doorways where the fireplace was. You can just leave them as they are. Again, don't forget to change all of your insides. You can change your brick top wall arches to something else. I mean, if you want to match it, we can use the Haunted on both sides, or whichever set you want to use. You could use the Contemporary set or one of the Helvetia sets. I mean, with the grey Helvetia set, you could probably get away with with just single walling it, to be honest. For these front windows, again, I used the Haunted and I used the round one, although you could, if you wanted, use the... Let's kind of clip in the door. That's probably why I went for the round one. Do it on the other side. When I'm doing lots of changes like this, I tend to not look. I count how many the space is, and this one is only a couple above the barn for me, so it's actually much easier to just count how much further up it is. Right, wallpaper. I covered the entire outside with this cinder block wallpaper. If you don't have this, then you could use the cream. On the inside, I used the vintage shelter wallpaper in the kitchen and sitting room. And for the bathroom and bedroom, I used the Whitespring Wallpaper White, it's called. So I mentioned I had a problem with curtains, so I'll quickly show you my solution. These will go on here, but they will not go on this side over the stair frame. Now, you can't put the curtains on before you put the stairs on either. They will not, they'll just say that they have no support. You could put flat roofs. I think it works with flat roofs, but it's just as easy. All I did was temporarily just added a couple more foundations here and put some stair frames up. I'm not sure actually if you do use roofs whether the stair frames will go in afterwards. Just did this. That connects those upper floors to yes, they will go through the fireplaces, the floors. It's a bit of a pain really, to be honest, but you know. Gonna take these roofs off, take the stair frames out. Add some more upper floors and curtains will go on. You can just keep moving one floor if you like, save you having to use the resources, although we already are using lots of extra resources. If you ever want me to do resource runs where I get all my stuff, let me know and I will do that. So that's that done. We can put our stair frames back in. Haha. And here we go, this is the problem. Yeah, these stair frames I obviously destroyed. If you want curtains there, you are going to have to destroy those curtains with a flamer trap because they will not go in. I don't remember doing that, but I clearly did. It's insane, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. You have to go to these lengths to get a set of curtains on. So the first floor went on. Why won't the rest go on? Makes no sense. Just double check this. It says cannot place intersects with an existing object. It's probably the beams. What we could try is see if one of the other ones that has thinner. No, it is clearly the legs that are causing the problem on this one. So you will have to destroy these curtains to get the stair frames in. So just flamer trap them or ask a friend in PvP to destroy them. It will probably take the walls with it. Once you're happy with that, put your stair frames back in, your roof back on. I'm not going to do it because it's too much for this, what was supposed to be a quick video. Put your roofs back on. And then we can just take all of this off. Because the other stairs are in, these will just come off. And the last thing is floor patterns. I will put them all in the details down below. I used the Saltillo tile for the kitchen. The upper floors I just left as the base floors. And the outside I used the dungeon floor. I put steps up on this corner. And I put steps on these two foundations. I did want to put steps in the middle. It means offsetting a foundation by half, but the other problem I had, depends how high your foundations are. I offset a foundation, and then when I tried to take the foundation out, right, it's working here, so it might work. We'll try it quickly. Going to offset by a half. I won't use a catwalk because I said I wasn't going to use catwalks. So, staircase. Half upper floor. Staircase. I think the generator is in the way. Right, it won't go on actually because of this foundation. There we go. Move this back to here. Move this here. This is now in the middle. Add some steps. Try and move this back. Oh, it worked. There we go. We can take this off. And this off. And this off. If you don't have this plan, it's under the plastiform. They're all in the same tab. You might find it in a player vendor. Although, I will say, I use the blue one because there's a blue one on the ornament. The thing I will say that I quite often lately have been hitting max caps because I've been doing raids and expeditions. I know there are plans that I have missed. I cannot find them anywhere. I just have to keep buying resources to get rid of my caps. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm not finding rare plans in vendors. I paid 10,000 for something that wasn't worth it the other day. A, I didn't have it. B, I needed to get rid of the caps. So this is our folk art house. It's fun, it's quirky. It's something that sort of stayed with me ever since I saw that house in the Whitesprings, although I think the first time I ever saw it was actually down by the fire station. I kind of like it. It's not... The trouble with multi-story camps is after a while you pretty much never go upstairs. So it's up to you. You might like this if you spend a lot of time in your camp. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing, this is Vera's outfit. You get this if you do the dailies for Vinny at Big Ben Tunnel East. It's one of the plans that you get for doing those. I think there's 5 of them, and then you can talk to Ares, and there's another quest there. And if you can't do these, it probably means you haven't done the Brotherhood of Steel quest. You have to have completed that, I think, to have interacted with Ares to trigger all that. But don't quote me on that. I think that's how it works. So anyway, have fun with this build. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.